The American pullout from Afghanistan is now underway, and come September, there will be no U.S. troop presence in that country, concluding America's 20-year war in the region. But there's growing concern for the Afghan interpreters and contractors who worked alongside U.S. forces all these years. Real fear that once American troops leave, the Taliban will come after them. Today, though, we learned a major development on how the U.S. plans to address the issue. So what's the plan to get those who helped the U.S. out of Afghanistan? Martha Raddatz has the latest, reporting in from Kabul.
Nearly 2 decades after American troops invaded Afghanistan in the wake of 9/11, they are now pulling out, leaving Afghan forces and Afghan citizens to fend for themselves, and their future, their safety, is far from certain.
When they're going to leave Afghanistan, that is going to happen in some disaster here, you know. They have to save the life of American soldiers, and they don't have the right to play with our lives.
The Wall Street Journal reporting that U.S. intelligence has concluded that the Afghan government could collapse within 6 months after the U.S. military withdrawal. And already, Afghans who've worked alongside U.S. forces as interpreters and contractors fear they will be hunted by the Taliban.
I know that I will be killed by the Taliban.
Abdul, we will use only his first name, was an interpreter for nearly 10 years, working side by side with U.S. Marines in Helmand Province, risking his life to help Americans. He applied for a U.S. visa, but was told it could take months, if not years, for someone to review his application.
I'm playing with my life. If you work a single day for a coalition forces, if you support a single day for your coalition forces, they will kill you.
He is not alone. There are some 18,000 Afghans who worked for the Americans over these 20 years. Rashid also worked as an interpreter for U.S. forces and fears if the Taliban takes over Afghanistan, his fate is sealed.
I will be definitely killed by them after the withdrawal, so that's going to happen to me if I'm still in Afghanistan. So I'm worried about the future of this kid, the future of these kids. So who will take care of them?
We traveled to the home of a former Taliban leader, Haji Saeed Akbar Aga. We just spoke to an Afghan who was an interpreter for the American military. He is very frightened that he will be killed by the Taliban when the Americans leave.
The
Taliban will not harm anyone, he claims. But back in the U.S., a bipartisan group in Congress has been raising the alarm.
If we leave those behind who pledge their allegiance to us in the United States of America, they will be slaughtered.
Our word must be our bond. We believe that we have a moral imperative to do this. We believe that we have a national security imperative.
And the Biden administration is now responding. A U.S. official telling ABC News that they are planning to move interpreters and others who have worked with the U.S. and their families out of Afghanistan while they wait for visas. They do not yet know where, but will settle on a location in the next few days.
They're going to come. We've already begun the process. Those who helped us are not going to be left behind.
Meantime, with diminishing American air power, the Taliban is sweeping through the country, a spate of violence worse than any seen in years. Hundreds of Afghan government troops slaughtered, and as this video released by the Taliban shows, others surrendering their weapons and military vehicles, leaving the Taliban stronger now than at any time since their fall in 2001. Their reign of terror is relentless, reaching into Kabul at an alarming rate. 3 bombs exploded at this girls' school in Kabul last month, killing 85, mostly young girls. These roses today on this mural, a powerful reminder of what happened here, and all along the bottom, the names of every victim. 17-year-old Siddiqa Mahmoudi was one of the victims and lost 2 close friends in the bombing. She was badly burned on her hands and face.
Your hand looks much better than before, huh?
At her home, she tells us she wants to continue her studies, but is scared attacks by the Taliban will continue.
The Taliban attacked and the security camp
can't help me.
The fate of Afghanistan's younger generation is unclear. But for now, for however much time is granted to them, the young women and girls keep showing up to school, wanting nothing more than to keep learning. For ABC News, Martha Raddatz in Kabul, Afghanistan.
Our thanks to Martha Raddatz for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.